on? Oh yeah, we're good. Hopefully my connection doesn't suck today. Also, sorry that it's loud, the cricket's going already. I'm recutting those pieces that we cut from last week that were bad because I had to use the bad knife blade. I didn't think I had enough extra material to cut them again, but it turns out I did, so make them clean, a little cleaner. But we've got everything else ready to go. And we can get started, I guess. Wait for some people to show up. Yo, what's up, JK? Alright, so these are cutting out. I gotta cut some swooshes. I haven't cut any liner yet because I don't think we'll get there today. Or if we do cut foam, I usually cut foam by hand. I can't cut that with the Cricut anyway. So this should have another pass or two. Then I'll set the swooshes to go to start cutting. Then we take a look at the pattern at places we're gonna skive, and then places we're going to maybe do some edge dressing, like we talked about on the Discord earlier, and get some sewing done. Let's see. Cut the swooshes, get those ready. Those are gonna take like a 5 by 7-ish piece. And we're gonna use this like black leopard stuff. So, I left the ruler outside. Uh-oh, did I lose my connection? Oh, you're still there. The Cricut software said it was like... Cricut software needs to be always online for whatever dumb reason, so it like stops and says, hey dude, you lost your connection, which is worrisome. We've been having issues with the connection all week. Something's good. The fan on my computer is going pretty hard right now too. I don't think I've ever heard the fan on an iMac before. Interesting. Well, we recut these. They're looking a lot better. Why you got silicone implants on your workstation? Oh, those are pattern weights, bro. We were talking about... Who was talking about taping patterns down today? I don't remember who it was, but someone said they were using double-sided tape to tape acrylic patterns down. When you're using paper patterns, use pattern weights, and you can weight them down and still see through them, so you know what you're doing. But I guess from top down, it does look like some implants there. I could see that. We're going to save this because we need some test scraps for the skiving machine. scribing machine is super cool, but it's a little finicky generally. Like in a factory setting, you're gonna set it up to cut the same type of material over and over again, you know, for an entire production run. When we're doing it for single pieces, we basically have to do that same setup, but then only do it for, you know, for a couple of pieces. So the way you know, it takes a little bit of effort, and you got to waste a little bit of scrap to make it work, but it's worth it because it scribes really well. Okay, and grab the clear ruler, and we'll cut these swooshes out. Oh yeah, that was you. So yeah, dude, that's what these are for. By the way, I'm super hyped on the Discord channel and everybody getting all stoked and like, man, people are buying sewing machines. People are you know, buying lasts and patterns and doing decons and starting their first projects and stuff like that. And it's crazy, man. We've only been around for what, like 3 weeks or something like that, and we got 100 people, and everybody's super hyped and getting stuff done, and pretty proud of us, you know. All right, so swooshes, we want to get rid of like this stuff here. It's gonna like I think I talked about it last week, where not all of the hide is gonna be useful, right? You're gonna have these joint parts, which in this lamb it's probably less of a problem because it's soft, but these joint parts are gonna be like ripply, and as opposed to like the actual body of the hide. So generally, I mean, as much as it sucks to like feel like you're wasting stuff, you want to kind of avoid that kind of thing. Let's see if I have another example. Let's see. Here's an example of like, so this leather that we're using, the green leather, in like the good part, right? You get good pebbling going on. You've got it's all clean, there's no blemishes, and etc. Then you have like, let's see, the bad parts. So generally this is like softer, it's kind of a weird texture, the pebbling's all huge. This is, like I said, this is going to be like the joint of more or less, an armpit or the equivalent of that for a leg. So when you get a whole hide, you have so much workable area, and it's kind of a little bit of like experience coming with which parts you can to cut out and how to maximize the space. I have to admit the Cricut doesn't really help with that, because the Cricut, you're gonna generally you're gonna see what sort of area it takes up in the Cricut software, and then you're gonna sort of cut that out, and like I said, or where did I put that piece? So in this case, we may have wasted like a little bit more than we would have needed to if we were cutting by hand, because you can fit pieces closer, but that's the trade-off for getting real like precision and not having to do it by hand, and not having to buy a big expensive clicker press. Golden Goose, it's my only third day out here. I don't know. Don't worry, man. It's still the beginning, bro. You're still at the ground floor. third day out here, but it's only our third week out here, so nobody's tripping. All right, so this next piece is gonna be these swooshes. The swooshes are gonna be like a 5x7 ish piece. So I'm just gonna go. I don't really need to mark it because we're just gonna cut it with the Cricut. Oh, I switch back to this stuff. Did I say 7? Yeah. So. It doesn't need to be super precise because this is just a rough cut for the actual piece we're gonna use. Oops. I need to change my blade apparently. Set that aside. Like I said, new mats are your best friend when it comes to the Cricut. We generally want to put leather face down unless it's really soft. Bad leather that loses its color from the adhesive. I don't think that's going to be the case for this one, but I guess we'll find out right now. When we're cutting the garment leather, the thicker, 2 to 3 ounce leather that we're going to use for uppers, that stuff's going to happen with the knife blade. And the knife blade, since it's drags in a different method, that one's more likely to pull the material off. So that one, generally you're like, you really need to be careful about putting the blue tape down and making sure the piece doesn't move. When we're cutting liner, maybe like real big pieces of liner, you might want to like double, be double sure and tape it down. But when it comes to smaller pieces like this, it's not that big of a deal. So use the roller, get it stuck on there real good, but generally taping it's not the end of the world. The setting I'll use for this one will be faux leather, which is one of the stock settings. It's going to use, I think, either the deep cut blade or the fine cut blade. Yeah, use the fine cut. We'll give that a shot. If it doesn't work out, we'll have to shoot it again with the deep cut blade. So this should be the last couple of pieces that we'll need, and then we'll be able to set up then we'll have all the pieces that we need to assemble our upper. Oh, I went offline. Fucking knew it. My I back? I guess I have to go on my phone. I'm back. All right, cool. Thanks, Matt. Dude, I pay for the good internet. I don't know what's up. It's been since lockdown. Like all of a sudden, everything's a big deal. So yeah, hopefully we won't lose it again. What's the Discord link? Hit me up on Instagram and I'll set you up. Oh, dude, I screwed this up. What a dumbass. You see what a dumbass I am? Look at that. Everybody laugh at me. Well, we'll find out if that cut style worked, which worked fine. But obviously we're gonna need to do that again. Oh, we got 2 swooshes that worked. I got this big pile of, I have a whole, I'll show you, a whole drawer full of this kind of thing where they're good parts, but I screwed it up because I did them backwards, or I didn't mirror it, or I cut the wrong color or something like that. Maybe just restart all the network. Tell all my strippers the same thing. Dang, bro. Tell all your strippers to get on the Twitch and get some on. I guess that doesn't work here, huh? You get in trouble for that. Okay, starting that over. Yeah, hopefully it'll stick around. I don't really know how to like watch myself. Oh, I guess I can watch myself live right here. Weird. Alright, well, now my phone will tell me if I'm offline. Alright, so we're gonna shoot this again. Where'd I put my knife? The only line of swoosh. So as far as that goes, nah, you can use whatever you want for the swoosh. I mean, swoosh isn't structural, so I've used like thin liner stuff for swoosh. I've used thick stuff for the swoosh. It really doesn't even matter. I mean, you can use paper, use whatever you want. Swoosh doesn't. For structural pieces, it matters, obviously, how thick things are and whatever. Okay, so trying that again. Here. Okay, so these are cutting up. Let's start figuring out assembly on these. Or I guess we can do some edge dressing on them, because we talked about that. I wasn't planning on that. Is that something? Do you guys care about that? Anybody? Thoughts? Let's see. I have, where did I put it? This stuff, Edge Flex. So this is the stuff that I was telling you guys about. That's okay, sure. This is like clear. You can buy this as edge paint. It's just normal edge paint. You get it Tandy or something like that. It's clear. But they come in a bunch of different colors. The clear ones are good because all it does is really kind of give you a little bit of a plasticized edge on the side of your leather, so it kind of makes it a little harder and gets rid of like the sort of hairiness and that sort of thing, but doesn't add color to it. You can add color to it if you want to, and that's more typical of like the veg tan cowboy leather type of stuff you see out at, in Tandy and whatever. Okay, so let me take these off. I use a stitching pony. I need to get a better one. I bought like a $10 piece of shit stitching pony off of Amazon, maybe $20 or something like that. It kind of doesn't work very well, but it does the job for this. Here, let's see, we can switch back to this. These swooshes came out fantastic. That thing. The edge roller. Okay, so this big ugly contraption is typically used for hand stitching. Hand stitchers, do you guys use these? The couple of you guys that are out there, are you using one of these, or are you using like just stamping with your pricking iron and doing it on the ground, on the table? Seems like this is the right way to do it. I don't know. Okay, so we can start with something like this. Oof. This soft ass leather is so difficult to work with. Here, I guess I can switch to the macro cam so you can see up close. Flop and poke. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it for what you guys do. I only see these like guys online doing wallets and stuff like that with these, but it works pretty well to have like an extra hand for rolling the edge flex. This tool here, so you don't want to just brush that stuff on. You seem to be offline. Oh, I'm back. Am I back? Man, what a bummer. Alright, next time we're going to figure this out. Sorry, guys. Here, maybe if I... close all these tabs. And... that'll help. You despise what damn thing? You despise this damn thing? Anyway, you gotta use these little roller guys, because you what you want to be doing is rolling the edge flex on, so you create like a bead. So if you think of it as more, you're not necessarily painting it on so much as you want to create a, like I said, a bead of the liquid kind of beating up over the top of it, and then hopefully that like will harden that way, and that's more or less the goal. Yeah, man, I'm dropping frames. I don't know what the deal is today. My wife warned me about it. She said she was having problems on Zoom this afternoon. Well, I'll have to, like, next time, like you said, I'll have to do the or reset the router and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's a good idea to do like right now in the middle of the stream. So sorry if it's gonna be in and out, but that's what we're gonna have to deal with for now. Okay, let's see. My little bitrate thing said it was red and now it's green, so at least that. Oh, the pony. Yeah, dude, this thing sucks. This one definitely sucks. I'm sure a good one would be cool, but I don't do enough of this kind of thing to really care outside of using it for this. It's got some fancy child lock on this thing. Oh, I'm in the face camera still. Okay, we'll go back up to here. This fancy child lock where you gotta press down on this yellow button and squeeze and twist all at the same time. See if I can get a close up. I 3D printed. I gotta show you guys this thing. I 3D printed like a macro lens cover for this webcam, so I could show you, so I could do these exact shots. But there's a focus ring on the outside of it. I think I have another one around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, because I actually have another one of those same. Oh, here it is. So I 3D printed this thing where it attaches, or it replaces the case of the webcam, and then has some teeth in there to attach to the focus ring from the factory focus ring from the webcam. So that way I can do macro shots like this and just infinitely focus it. So we can get like mega crazy close if we wanted to. It's kind of a silly, you don't really need to, but you could get it half inch away and focus it anyway. It's kind of fun. Okay, so basically just drooping that stuff in there, getting like a bead on it, and making sure it's not like dripping everywhere all over the place, and then rolling it on. So if you look, I mean, you're doing your best not to get it on the face of the leather, just out here on the actual edge of it. I'll put it closer so you can see what it looks like. But like I said, the idea here is just to get a little bit of a bead going on the outside, And that way when it like hardens, it hardens into a sort of protective layer for this outside bit. So you can see it just has that sort of wet look to it now. And that way it'll sort of stay that way. Like once it dries, it'll still look like that. Which is pretty cool. So then, obviously, you kind of go through the whole rest of the big pile of parts that you've got and do the same thing. Keeping in mind that there's only a certain amount of these surfaces that are really even visible in the first place. So you don't really need to waste your time on ones that are under the lasting line, ones that are you know, obscured by another panel or something like that. So it's just the big visible ones like these lower eyelets or you know, upper eyelets or something like that. But you wouldn't necessarily do that to, say, your tongue, because ideally you're going to do a some, you know, binding around the tongue, or you wouldn't do that to your heel tab, because your heel tab is going to have the liner connected to it and flipped, so that wouldn't really need it. You wouldn't do this to the vamp, because the vamp is going to have the mudguard over it. You might do that. No, see, even here, I mean, maybe you're gonna maybe the eyelet section of this will be exposed, but that's kind of just a little bit. Maybe even do that one after the fact. So it's really, I mean, on these lows at least, it's probably mostly the lower eyelets, upper eyelets, mudguard, the actual inside ring of the mudguard, and the top of the heel cover. So not a lot. Can I get one? Matt, get it. This is from Tandy. It's just a craft tool. I think they cost $6 or something, $6 or $8 or something like that. I got it from in person at Tandy, but you can get it online. Let's see what. Okay, but yeah, ultimately, it'll make them look kind of a lot better. It's worth doing if you have the patience to do it. But you have to do it for all of the pieces, so it's going to take you a little while. And now I'm stuck doing all of them because you guys wanted to see one. Thanks. If you get a little bit of this stuff on the face of it, get it off immediately, because it'll like stain it real bad. But I mean, you can it'll come off right now, but you don't want it to dry that way, because it'll, you know, ruin the effect. And this stuff is so floppy. I'm just gonna do one side for now because I don't want to like sit here and waste everybody's time by edging. But I think that makes more sense anyway when we're doing these sessions. I can do like, because in general we have everything we do with shoes we're gonna end up doing twice because we have two shoes for every pair. So instead of sitting here and banging out all of it on live, I'm just gonna do one shoe, and then I'll follow up offline and do the other stuff. Other thing is, I was thinking, I mean, we can use this platform for more than just like the weekly Wednesdays thing. If we're talking about something on the Discord and we want to and I want to demo it or something like that, it's super easy. I'm sitting in here anyway. It's literally me pressing a button and then you guys going to the link and watching whatever we're doing. So I'm totally okay with that. And like when we're sitting around noodling around like we did today, and we're just talking about a bunch of stuff all day, and like it's probably easier even for me to just turn this on than it was for me to like shoot a picture of this and then show it to you guys, shoot a picture of that and show it to you guys or whatever. So if there's ever a time where like we're doing that kind of hanging out and there's some sort of topic or whatever, we can definitely just open the channel up and do an impromptu session. Actually, I think I kind of want to, because so Twitch knows their audience really well apparently, and they or their demographic, I guess I should say, and they make it so everything is like achievement based. And so you have this little dashboard. I don't know if you guys have ever been on it, but you have this little dashboard that tells you like these achievements and how many more, if you have this many people talking at the same time, you get this achievement or whatever. And I mean, I'm not super into like being Twitch famous or whatever, but I am like super into video game achievements. So that one's gonna be one of those things I'm gonna be a little bit appealing for me. So that being said, one of the achievements is something like I have to stream 7 or 8 times or something in 30 days, and we're gonna do 4 of those by just doing the weekly. But if I add 3 more, then I get the little gold star or whatever. So let's do some offline ones. It'll be fun. Okay, so we got edge dress, lower eyelets for this side. Do some upper eyelets real quick. We got a lot of more people I don't know, engagement based achievements. Yeah, I mean, obviously they do it for a reason. I just think it's like, it's a video game oriented site, and they do it like a video game. It makes sense. I think it's cute. Virtual trophies. Yeah, exactly, right, Matt? Gamify everything. I want trophies all the time. That thing we were talking about today about doing our challenge channel in the Discord, that sounds so awesome. And I'm like hyped. I'll put up some prizes or whatever and organize things. But that thing that we talked about doing who can make the most low budget Jordan 1s, that was really cool. If we in October do who did the best Halloween shoe or something like that, that'd be really cool. And then maybe we could stand up another Instagram account or something to showcase it, or I don't know, but that whole idea sounded like a blast. Speaking of gamifying things. Okay, this is kind of more of a pain in the ass in the little stand than it. I kind of wanted to show you guys how to actually do it properly, but I typically just do it in my hands because that thing is a pain in the ass. Oh, there's my wife. What's up, wife? In the chat. We have a hashtag for IG. the hashtag is handmade heat, and it used to be there. So the what do you call it? There's a username hashtag or handmade heat, and that's like some lady, she's trying to do a like heat pads, like microwave beanbag things that are retain heat, and you put them on for therapy or whatever. And her company name is Handmade Heat. And so before us, that hashtag was dominated with these like cute whitewashed pictures of knit headwear and things like that. But as of the past like couple weeks, that hashtag is dominated by a bunch of shoes. You got my stuff, a lot of my stuff. I know I've seen Eric's stuff up there. I know I've seen Not Bad for a Girl all over it. But everybody else, man, get up in it. Yeah, man. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So, like, Handmade Heat, Halloween or whatever. Is that what you're saying? I get that. Oh, trophy comment. I get it. I get it. I get. Oh, yeah, you get it. A trophy for, like, a certain number of people talking at the same time or chatting, I guess. You get trophies for. What else you get trophies for? Obviously, followers. Alright, so we got some cleaned up edges up in this bitch for these eyelets. These are pain. Trophy husband, yes. So what my wife is referring to over here is my ultimate goal in life is for her to be rich as hell, and I get to sit here and make shoes and go to the gym and hang out and be a trophy husband. And I don't see why that sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, for real, man. Who doesn't want to be that? My job is to like go to the gym and look hot and go shopping and make shoes. Like be dope on the gram or whatever. Easy, bro. We don't even have any kids I have to take care of. But if we did, I could, hang out with the nanny. It'd be fine. In the Yeah, exactly, bro. So I thought I put the the first episode of this. I thought I put it up on YouTube, but as I was just shutting down all those tabs right now because my connection wasn't very good, I I saw that the upload I hadn't like finished it, so I wonder if it's still there and I just need to say publish, or if I need to go through the whole process again. But the short version of that story is we're going to, so every 2 weeks or after for 2 weeks these videos will stay up on Twitch. After that they'll go onto YouTube. Everybody's talking about we want to do some actual YouTube content, and we probably will. I think you know, now that we have the Discord going, we have almost 100 people in there, and you know, we have a lot of team effort talk going around, and even then it's still a real new team. So and I'm hyped on how much everybody wants to collaborate and get involved and stuff, and so it could be that we team up on the YouTube stuff, and you know, make some instructional videos together or something like that, or because you know, these things are pretty easy for me, like to do, to just hang. Oh, that would have been bad. Holy shit. These things are pretty easy for me to hang out with you guys on Twitch and just work and stuff like that. But doing like video editing and you know, like actually making videos is sort of a lot of work. So I'll get around to it, but maybe like I said, maybe it's a team effort that we come up with something good. Hey, yeah, cool, man. That's the whole point. Like, I'm not trying to replace the that here. Like, I guess I gotta say it out loud. Like, I'm not trying to replace schools, right? Like everybody else has, like, you know, you got Dom and JBF and you know, SD and everybody and Zyler and everybody, and like all of them are all like great artists, and like you got mad respect for everybody, and they're all trying to do schools and stuff like that, and I'm not at all trying to like replace that or take away from that by what we're doing here. It's I just came from like, you know, grassroots scenes of, you know, building race cars and you know, building motorcycles and stuff like that, where it all was this big communal knowledge situation where we all teamed up on figuring it out and sharing resources and that sort of thing. So for me, this isn't like I want everybody to come here and learn from us or whatever. It's more like you know, I started this so we could have people, like-minded individuals, sort of hanging out with each other and talking about the same thing and moving towards the same goal or whatever. But I mean, I'm the first to say that, like, that class is awesome, dude. You get to be around, you know, for me it was 40 people, like probably 12 of which are like good friends now that I talk to regularly, and you know, I mean, I think, you know, it's definitely worth doing if you can afford it, but I think we're trying to, as a team, as like a you know, group here, trying to take that barrier of entry out. So to make it so, you know what, like this stuff is possible to someone who doesn't have 10 grand to dump into it, and I think that's hopefully a cool goal. Hopefully we'll see that happen, you know. I took a class. Yeah, I took a class. We got a bunch of people in here that I took a class with. It's crazy, man. Like, lots of the times you'll see like all these classes, like the people come out of them and do, and you know, certain people sort of rise up out of it, but you can see like little groups that came out of the same class together and did all this like big cool stuff together, and so like I said, that stuff is really important and really cool, and makes it worth being at those classes, but it's not imperative. We don't have to do that anymore, because I mean, you didn't have to do that in the first place, dude. I mean, everybody learned before there was classes. It's not like Dom like took a class, you know. You could learn the way we were all learning before we had this Discord, before we had classes available to us or whatever, which is just taking shit apart and figuring it out. But you know, we're just trying to make it so there's options. I'm so stoked on the people in here that are you know, looking for like Craigslist sewing machines, or not even using sewing machines. Crazy motherfuckers. I love that idea, the couch idea. Like, I'm serious. I really want to do that challenge. I really want to do another Twitch series where it's like my attempt at what's the absolute cheapest we can make a Jordan 1 for, like, including tools and materials and every donor and everything, like, or maybe it's a, can we make a Jordan 1 for under retail, because I think I probably could. It might not be a great one, but I think I probably could. Because, like, everything we're doing with the machines and with everything else you can do by hand, it just takes a long time and it sucks. Yeah, man, exactly. And like I said, we got more than enough people that are super down, and the vibe amongst the group is very gung ho and excited to get to make things happen. So I can see it. I can see us doing really cool things. Okay. So just to reiterate, and it's kind of, maybe we should do these things twice a week anyway, because there's kind of like, how much can you really get done in an hour, right? Especially because of how much I blab about stuff instead of just work. But today we got edge dressing done, at the very least. Maybe we'll talk about on the Discord. I'll put something in the admin of what another possible day would be. That would be good. Or I don't know, maybe, or if maybe this is 2 hours instead of one, or something like that. I have to be honest, I don't watch streams or stuff like this at all, so I don't really know what they're usually like. So I can't do, let's see. What is today's Wednesday? I mean, yeah, I could do twice a week. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what days would be good. Mondays and Tuesdays are usually bad because of work. Can you make a roll to ping on the Discord for whenever I go live? I think I can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look into that. I definitely, if we're gonna do a second day, a weekend day would probably be the easiest. And maybe if that's the easiest for everybody else, maybe that's an easy score. But I mean, and then that's the other thing we talked about, guys. Is it could be that we have the weekly, and then I also just flip the switch and go on Twitch, on the Discord on an unscheduled one to continue with the project if anyone wants to hang out and watch it or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like once a week plus an extra, or once a week, or maybe or that maybe it's that maybe when we first started talking about this, we were talking about the difference between if we wanted to do these piece by piece installment of the of each of this project, or if we wanted to do it in terms of like a Q&A and a hangout, or like a demo on a specific topic or something like that. It could be that that second day of the week is like a open day where we're either working on this project to get it done a little sooner, and keep the gears moving a little faster, or we can, if something comes up during the week that we decide we want to talk about or go over in more detail or something like that, we can just do a special day about that, and that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so bonus other day. Okay, cool. Let's plan on that. rather than two. Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense too, Matt. Thanks for reminding me. I gotta. Funny enough, like I have. It's according to Instagram. There's the majority of people on, or there's more people in New York that follow and hang out in our Discord and stuff than from LA, which I wouldn't have expected, but cool. I don't know if this would defeat the purpose, but you could partially finish some steps. Like today, could have finished some pieces to save some. Yeah, exactly. See, so that's kind of what I did is yesterday or last week we went through and we were just cutting stuff out. So last week we basically got to like this pile cut, and so during the off time I cut the rest of this stuff out and stuff like that. So we did the edge dressing. I'll do the edge dressing, the rest of the edge dressing offline, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And then so next time we meet, whether that's this weekend or on Wednesday, we can be just ready to rock with these. So, but if we look, we do have the whole of our pattern cut out, and we can stay on a little bit to take a look at it. And now we have our fancy finished edges. This is always a fun little step on the way to building the shoe, right? The first time you kind of look at it and you can see, oh man, okay, that's what it's gonna look like. Dope, you know? So for next week, I'll dress the rest of the edges, and I mean, we'll be ready to start gluing and assembling and ready to go. If we want to do that this weekend, we can probably do that this weekend. That'd be fine. But yeah, maybe or it could be Wednesday. Who knows? We'll talk about it on the Discord. But these are gonna be fire. I'm stoked. Let's see. Where's the soles? Perfect. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, the other thing, I mean, I guess I could just stay or yeah, I don't know. Not tonight. I got work to do tonight. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I promised you guys the freaking sneak peek of the box. You guys want to see the box? And then we'll call it done for tonight. Is there going to be a replay? Yes, sir. There's going to be a replay. So every week, every week we'll stay on Twitch for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it'll go on to YouTube, and so the first installment of this project will go on to YouTube tonight, and then this one and last week will both be up on my Twitch channel for the next 2 weeks. Okay, I will go grab the box, and we'll do a little sneak peek of that, and then we'll call it for tonight. see if I can even make the camera back up enough for it. Hold up. Okay. So, Corona Dunks box. The lighting in here is terrible, but here, hold on, maybe I can. The internals I haven't finished. There's some upholstery I need to do in the inside right here. I don't know if I want to really show you the actual inside because like that's the Easter eggy fun part that I'm kind of excited about. But so under the shoes is where the exciting stuff is, and that stuff I'm still ironing out. So basically, think accessory stuff that I talked about before. Some of you guys know what's going on. But yeah, so we've got like this stuff will get upholstered in like a black suede, where you see the yellow, and then there's, like I said, some exciting stuff going on under there that I'll show you guys in real life. I've got the studio booked already for the product shots. So the product shots are gonna be sick. It's gonna be like in a coveralls and big like safety goggles and a respirator and whatever, with some gloves through the glove ports here like this. And so I got some other stuff to take care of to get it done. Like I want to do some graphics here, maybe some like Nike SB graphics and some Air 32 graphics or some shit like that or whatever. But it'll be fun, man. Like it'll be cool to light it because I did, like you can see I did a like a clear panel for the top, and then it's like magnetic. So there's these like purse magnets or whatever, and made some handles. But yeah, ultimately, dude, I'm really stoked on how it came out. I'm stoked on how the shoes came out. I'm stoked on how the whole product came out. Embroider that Rona logo. Yeah, of course, bro. You got it. Exactly. There's a bunch of shit going on that you're gonna trip about. Like, it's not even like this stuff is dope. But once you see the whole like package put together, the box that this goes inside of is sick in and of itself. Like, I don't know. This is me, like I talked about before. Like this whole thing started as me wanting to be able to do, my collabs, doing them my way, doing the same way that when you see concepts doing lobsters with Nike, they can go all out and put their design language into it, etc. I'm just me, so I have to do the whole thing myself. But it's just a matter of dreaming big and seeing like the whole campaign, and that's kind of the for me the whole purpose of all this thing in the first place. Like the shoes are just like one little piece of the whole premise of what I'm trying to get done. So anyway, yeah, the box for the box, that's just printed though. Like I mean, for me that's easy. I'm a designer for a living, right? So like designing something to print on a box is relatively is not that big of a deal. But I mean, for me it's like, well, part of the thing, I gotta eventually, they're gonna get auctioned, right? This is gonna go for a charity. That's the whole point of this whole concept. So this needs to be able to be shippable anyway. So this thing goes inside like a 15 by 15 and a half by 15 and a half cube of a cardboard box, and then also like inside a shipping box or whatever. But anyway, stoked. Think it's turned out really good. You guys are gonna laugh at the stuff at the internals that I'm not showing you yet. I think I like to try to keep things a little bit fun and not serious, even though it's a serious topic, and I did it in a serious way with the whole virusy like container containment hazmat type of situation. Like I want the whole thing to feel very apocalyptic and Chernobyl-ish and you know, sci-fi-ish and scary, but at the same time, like, I mean, look at my Jordans. Like they all have a silly emoji smiley on them for the sake of like, hey, come on, like let's not take this too seriously. It's just shoes. We're just having fun, right? So there's some fun stuff too. I'm really excited about. Sneak preview on Discord of the internal stuff. What gauge is that transparent PU? This is 40, I think. I can double check, but it's like 40. Probably thicker than you're gonna want to use if you're gonna use it to like maybe make shoes or something like that. I don't know. Actually, you might be able to use it like that. This wouldn't last very well though. Like it wouldn't roll under a last. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll show you one or two of them. There's 3. I think 3 at least. Yeah, well, 3 main ones. Yeah, I'll show you guys on Discord a little bit of stuff tonight. Because one of them like is a crack up. Actually, their whole thing is a fucking crack up. I'm stoked on them. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut it for the week, and we will come back and maybe we'll do one on Sunday or something like that. We'll talk on Discord and see about what we want to do. And if not, we will do we'll do the next installment on Wednesday, and I'll get us all ready to go to make that happen. But anyway, stoked. Thanks for showing up and having a good time and being a part of the Discord and, you know, making the group what it is. I'm really excited about it. Later, guys.